Hey everybody, this one's going to be a tough one for me, pretty emotional. Saying goodbye to an old friend. Those of us that grew up in the east end of Mount Vernon in my neighborhood, this old beech tree, later the namesake for Beech Tree Apartments, which are right up here, was known as the initial tree. And I'm sure each of you have a place where you used to hang out to get away or whatever. And we had a group of guys and neighbor kids, guys and gals, that hung out at the initial tree. And she's died. The last part has broken off. In the late 90s, she was hit pretty hard by an ice storm. But 55 years ago, when I was 10 years old, she was a beauty. She was not your typical straight beech tree growing straight and tall. Looked more like a massive beech bonsai tree. You could climb all over it. Would have been great to have in a kid's playground or something. And that's where we went and hung out. Our initials were all over it. The initials of some of our neighborhood heroes. Tom Piazzi, who later went to West Point and served in the military. We had, if you could picture Spanky and Alfalfa and our gang going to their hideout, their clubhouse. This was ours. And we'd hang out here. And later, when we were 10 or 11 or 12, somewhere in that age, I think 10 or 11, we were lucky enough that our moms would let us camp out here even. And I was in Boy Scouts, so I knew campfire safety. And we'd have a little campfire and we'd take some, actually coming down here through the woods. I grew up over here on New Gambier Road with the Bogarduses, the Piazzis, the Fithians, the Lambs, the Millers, and then from over here in the east, a little further west, Andorfers and Wileys. And we would look like our gang. We'd have a couple of, I don't know if they were radio flyer wagons, but we would load them up with a frying pan, some eggs, tents, sleeping bags, pillows, and probably comic books and whatever. And I'll bet we were quite a sight, traipsing through the woods with a couple of wagons and hauling all our stuff. And we'd hang out here overnight and just talk about life, whatever life was to 9, 10, 11-year-old boys. And she's gone. There's remnants of somebody's initial here, and that's the last one. And I can't even make out who it is. But the initial tree, I'm gonna have to send this out to all the neighbors who have scattered across the country since then. And I'd like everybody, if you get a chance, to share your stories of where was your hangout, and what was it like, and share your stories. This is tough. This is the last section of the tree, and it's gone. It's fallen over, and that was 55 years ago. Where's all the time gone? But what a great place to grow up, Mount Vernon, Ohio. And relatively speaking, it still is. I love this community. So share your stories about your hangouts and growing up in your neighborhoods and the things you used to do. Our baseball field, our pickup baseball field, usually that becomes a parking lot or a shopping center. It's grown up and it's a woods. That's how old I am. Great place for our grandkids to grow up. And I'm excited that most of them are here. Goodbye, old friend.